Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge everyone's presence here this morning and say that all protocol has been observed in order to get my statement within 3 minutes. Prime Minister of Fiji, the Honourable Bainimarama, and of course the Chairman, the Minister, Minister Suva, congratulations for representing us from the Pacific region and as being the first small island state to hold the presidency of COP23. Niue stand firm in solidarity with the region Pacific Island countries to prioritise and action the challenges and threats to climate change and fully committed to the Paris Agreement. Niue supports the presidency to stand firm on key principles, progressing implementation of the Paris Agreement as per mandated in order to minimise challenging conditions we are facing today within our region. I am honoured to be here and show our commitment and partnership with the region to ensure our collective strengthen against increasing threats to climate changing. I am new to this climate change arena as I recently took on the climate change portfolio 2 months ago. However, I am not new to the issues, particularly the need to reduce our reliance on fossil fuel. Under my previous portfolio, I launched the Niue Energy Roadmap, which called for 80% renewable energy by 2025. This target is reflected in our INDC, which has now become our national determined contribution when we ratified the Paris Agreement last year. I am pleased to advise we are on track to achieving our target sooner than later, with recent assistance from the New Zealand government, and we should achieve 40% by end of this year. I recently watched the documentary on Talelagithe, featuring its solar power. I congratulate Talelagithe for its achieving that goal. However, what really strikes me was despite being 100% renewable energized or energy, Talelagithe is still vulnerable to the onslaughts of severe cyclones. This vulnerability is shared by all of us around here this morning. We have all experienced destructions and severity of changing climates on our islands, threats to our people, our food security, our water security and livelihoods. We are forced to adapt while at the same time try to mitigate. Funds and programs has been established to counter these vulnerabilities, and yet accessing those assistance has been likened to assessing Fort Knox. We are forced to look at our traditional and bilateral partners because accessing the global funds is difficult. It is also disheartening to hear certain world leaders deny the notion of climate change, and yet we are living it every day. Niue therefore supports the need for the deliberate and stronger voice on climate change, the need for innovative thinking and actions, and the need for flexibility on those requirements and restrictions. Maybe we need to stop referring ourselves small and replace it with more assertive phrases such as vulnerable ocean states, for example. But ultimately, we need to dictate the rules of the game, and this forum setup is the right direction. As the presidency for COP23, we wish you the very best. Whakawerai.